Kendrick Lamar's mural was vandalized in Compton. Was this racially motivated? What's cracking, everybody? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So it's been about a week, I think, where I've been asked by a few people in the comment section, when are you going to speak on the Kendrick Lamar mural being defaced? Why ain't you speaking on it? And honestly, this morning, I finally remembered to go look for it. And as you can see right here, I'm going to let it play. It's a video of one individual who is writing his neighborhood, his barrio, on the mural, crossing out the eyes, crossing out the mural, defacing. He's definitely defacing the mural. And then the video ends. There's no racial slurs. He didn't specify what hood he's dissing. My understanding is Kendrick Lamar is not a gang member. However, his family is. They are Pyrus in Compton. Shout out to the Flats. Shout out to the Pyrus. But I don't know what I was supposed to get out of seeing that. I see an individual who's defacing something. I don't know how old this individual is, but I know that tagging up your barrio is a normal thing. And it would seem to me as if the individual who's doing this is trying to be as disrespectful as possible, but he's not being racial. And I felt like, and I feel like in the comments when they say, well, why aren't you speaking on the defacing? They're taking it as a racial thing. Nowhere in there is there a racial slur. So I honestly feel like right now, there are people who want everything to be about race. And if it comes from a Mexican, then it's based, the foundation is racial and it's hate. Shout out to Hoodie Hood. Hoodie from the Hood just did a video and he reacted to the video I did the other day where a black man was saying that blacks behind the wall are afraid of Mexicans. I don't know how many times in that video I said I don't agree. However, I'm being told that because I'm Mexican, that I shouldn't be speaking on that. Why? He's speaking on Mexicans. I was in no way at any time disrespectful to any blacks in my response. I actually said that blacks, I don't believe they're afraid. I think it's a different mentality. And I'm going to stick to that. Nobody's going to make me budge off of that. The raza are not puppets. Everybody has a choice. And they choose to do what they do. The blacks choose to do what they do. Now, I was sent by multiple people the other day. I was sent a video of another Mexicano, another vendor attacked. And it was a black man that's attacking him, beating him up. And the paisa has limited mobility in one arm because he was attacked months prior to that and stabbed in the shoulder and has limited mobility. And it's a Cubano that jumps in and beats the guy off of him and saves him. I didn't do a reaction to that. I don't see that as racially motivated. And that's a black man beating a Mexican. I see that as someone wants something from someone else. You don't see the raza going and telling all the black content creators, hey, how come you're not doing that? Listen, a couple years ago when there was a few of these going on and there was a woman who was beaten, I did my reaction. I did my video on that. And you know what I saw? I saw the Hoovers videotape disciplining their people. And that's going to happen. See, this individual let me make sure you guys catch that. This, and I'm gonna air quote it, individual decided on his own to go spray paint and deface something and create something. Was that sanctioned by his neighborhood? No. They didn't have a barrio meeting and say, okay, Holmes, what are we going to do, man, to piss some people off? I said we go and we deface that mural, man. Okay, well, who's going to do it? I don't know, homie. Let's pull fucking names out the hat. None of that happened. None of that happened. This is somebody thinking, how can I be disrespectful? And he was disrespectful. I highly doubt that there are a lot of people from barrios in Compton that are running around saying F Kendrick Lamar. I'm sure they were bumping. They not like us, like everybody else, and they enjoyed it. I'm positive they were bumping that song. They enjoyed it just like everyone else. And I really feel like people are I'm 50 years old, man. I was around when the war happened, when the bloodshed was occurring between brown and black. We don't have that right now. And it seems like those that weren't involved in it want to be a part of it somehow. At a time when we are seeing more raza sag their pants, use the N-word, even have cornrows. Obviously, these youngsters don't think the way Vatos thought 30 years ago. They don't act the same way. And now is a time where things are supposed to be racial? It doesn't make sense. That 2 plus 2 is equaling 3 to me. That right there, that 2 plus 2 equals 3 every time to me. We have Japanese, Filipinos, Vietnamese dressed more cholo than the cholos nowadays. The bangers, the raza bangers nowadays are dressed hip hop. There is no, the animosity from 30 years ago isn't driving these kids now, man. That dude that did that, he wasn't doing that on no racial stuff, man. He was doing that on some gangbang stuff. And the streets of Compton are going to do what they do. Those that feel disrespected by it, they know who to be mad at. Those from the flats, if they don't agree with that, they know who to get at within their own. I don't know. I'm not from the flats. I'm not from Compton. I'm not a Pyru. But I do want to, I am doing this video because I don't see racism in this. Just like I didn't see racism in the attack on the paisa the other day. The flower vendor. And how unfortunate it is that the only backup he has, now his daughters are going with him and standing with him. What are his daughters going to be able to do? Call the cops? Film it? But I'm not saying, I didn't do a video, hey, fuck that shit, Holmes, look at what happened. Nah, that's not what it was. It was somebody that has nothing trying to take something from who they thought was an easy target. Unfortunately, that's been going on in neighborhoods, in the ghettos, in the slums, whatever you call them, for centuries. And it will continue. It's survival of the fittest, man. When you're in them streets. It's an unfortunate thing, but it happens. So this paisa was stabbed, and then while he's recuperating, he gets attacked again. I don't know who stabbed him in the first attack. I'm not going to assume to know who did it. But I don't think it was racial. And I damn sure don't think that somebody, a gangbanger, spray painting on a wall, regardless of what he's spray painting on, had he wrote anything racial, then that's a completely different video that I'm doing. That's a completely different video that people are going to react to in their daily lives. Not just content creators. And that's a different video that people in Compton are going to react to, how they react to it. I hope people see it for what it is. It's not a big deal. The streets of Compton, if they feel it is, we'll hear about it. We'll see it. And it'll be unfortunate. Because who knows if the person involved ever gets found out? Who knows if he's even from Tortilla Flats? That's the name that was written on the wall. Who knows if he's from there, man? I remember back in the days when we would do a robbery in a different neighborhood and we would yell that neighborhood, or we would yell a neighborhood from that area just to be able to get out of there. So the Hudas wouldn't come to our neighborhood. And a lot of neighborhoods were doing that. I know back in the 80s and 90s, people would go do a jale, a shooting, a stabbing, and yell out a different barrio to plant a seed, to get away with it. So there's been a long history of misdirection, man. You don't see the face of the person that did it. Nobody knows where he's really from. This could be somebody trying to stir up heat against a certain barrio. I don't know. I just been around and I know how things can be. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.